Riley pushed at the gate. It sprang shut with a sudden loud noise as he passed through and made his way up the steps to the door of number 17. The place was unremarkable, set in a row of identical terraced houses. They were connected at the top with interior space on the ground floor lost to narrow alleyways that gave access to the back gardens. These mostly harboured rubbish bins. Number 17 was presentable, the front garden was well kept, and the thick hedge flourished, with recently trimmed and squared edges. Riley knocked twice on the blue wooden door. He pressed the doorbell and turned back towards the garden, where flower beds ran away from the house, full of colour. The dull roar of passing traffic sounded beyond the hedge. Riley stood facing into the sun. His thick duty trousers, heavy stab vest, and equipment belt absorbed the heat and spread the various damp patches. Sweat beaded on his forehead as he once again pushed the transmit button on his radio. "Control, confirm the address the caller gave, please." The reply was instant. "Charlie Bravo 11 from Control, 17 Canterbury Road." "Received that, Control. I've got no reply here. Go again with what was said on the call." "Bravo 11, it's an abandoned 3-9s, I'm afraid, with very little information. We had a call asking for police, saying they were at 17 Canterbury Road, Langthorne, and to come quick. The line was then cut. We've tried calling the number back, but it's straight to answer phone, and the number isn't linked to anyone on the system here." Riley exhaled. Another waste of his time. He stepped back from the house and peered up at the closed blinds in the top windows. At the side of the house was an alley that led through to the back with a gate at the far end blocking access and light. In contrast to the bright sunlight, it was a dark tunnel. He tugged a bin out of the way and advanced a couple of feet into the gloom, where he stopped to allow his eyes time to adjust. "Thank God you're here." A voice. It was gravelly, as if the man had been waiting to speak for some time. Riley jumped a little. He heard movement. A man stepped out in front of him. He was just a shadowy shape. "Was it you that called the police?" Riley asked. "Yes. Keep your hands out to the side where I can see them." Riley was confused. "Do what?" "Keep your fucking hands out!" Riley slowly lifted his arms out until he could feel the rough texture of the brick walls against his hands. "Keep them there." The tone was calmer now, but still assertive. "I came here to help, that's all." Riley was unfazed, confident of his ability to talk to people in all kinds of emotional distress. There was a 6-foot gap between them. The light wasn't sufficient to make out the man's features. "Stay very still," the man said. The gruffness in his voice indicated tension. The man was in his 30s, Riley guessed, certainly no younger, and had a local accent. "I'm no threat, okay? You called me here. Tell me how I can help you." Without replying, the man began to lift something. Squinting, Riley could make out an extension lead. In an instant, a bulb directly above Riley crackled into life, giving off a weak amber glow and revealing the man in front of him. It also revealed the oversized pistol in his hand. He raised it, pointed it directly at Riley's forehead, where the sweat had now run into his eyes, making them sting. Riley put his hands out in front of him in a gesture of submission, his palms towards his aggressor, his body open. "Keep your fucking hands against the wall." The voice was stronger now. The man was wearing a black balaclava, revealing just the smallest amount of white skin around eyes that looked at him steadily. Riley returned his hands to the wall and tried to take his eyes away from the pistol. "Look, I came here to see if someone needed help. I'm no threat to you. I just wanted to make sure everyone's okay." He noticed the man's mouth move behind the balaclava, as if he had licked his lips. "You need to do exactly what I say if you want to stay alive. Do you understand?" "Okay," Riley said. "When I tell you, and only when I do, I want you to press your emergency button on your radio. You understand?" "Okay." This suited Riley fine. He couldn't think of a time when he had wanted to press it more. "When you press it, you have 10 seconds to broadcast to your colleagues. You will read this out, word for word. The man lifted a piece of white A4 size paper with three